We work with people in a number of different ways. I suppose essentially what we work with are business owners and business managers. We'll just talk about two different aspects to how we work. I'll talk about how we work with groups, and Donal will talk about how we work with the individual. But essentially, as I say, we work with business owners and managers. We work with them at two levels. We work with the individual, and we work on the business as well with them. And what we look for, I suppose, looking at the individual business owner or manager, we need to make sure that they have the correct skills base to help them to carry out their function, so that they have the skills, the knowledge, and they have the right mindset and attitude as well in terms of how they work. But we also look at the business as well, and we look to make sure that the business has the right strategies and tactics employed to make sure that it's successful. So what we do essentially is, what I'm going to talk to you about is the groups. And what we do is here in this very room, twice every month, we hold group training sessions. In the training session, we would have a seminar or presentation that either Donal or myself will present. And we have a discussion forum then with the participants, and a workshop when we can actually fit it into the 3-hour slot that we have. In that group, there's a number of advantages in that. We can actually make sure that we can, I suppose, leverage the group element of it to make sure that we're delivering at a cost price that's affordable. But also there's a cross-pollination that happens as well. We have business owners from a number of different sectors. They're coming together in the discussion forum. They're actually sharing their experiences. They're sharing what works. And very often it's that sharing that's actually the most beneficial for the participants, rather than purely the presentation that we give, which is often just to facilitate the further discussion. On top of that, we also do group training sessions for other organisations who ask us to put together a bespoke training programme for them. So we do that as well. So essentially, that's at the group level. Then we work at the individual as well, and I'll get Donal to explain that to you.
Good afternoon, folks. Donal McCarthy is my name, and as was said already, I'm a business and executive coach and consultant. The difference between coaching and consulting, right, is consulting is more expensive, right, because in consulting we do it for you, in coaching we do it with you. As an executive coach and consultant, our ideal client is a business owner, a business executive, a CEO, who basically either wants to improve themselves, to become a better director, to become better at the business of business, or to improve their business. Now, typically when we sit down with somebody, it's important that they pass two tests. The first thing we always say is that in order for a client to be successful with us, they have to have a massive desire to take their business from here to here. And our job basically is to help them with that journey. However, it's very important that they're open to change. If they're not willing to change, obviously the journey is much more difficult. So we're really in the business of improvement. And in order to improve anything, one has to have two things. One has to have order and one has to have movement. If one has movement without order, one gets chaos. So it's very, very important for us to position the journey properly. We need to know exactly where somebody is now. That's in real terms, without any denial, etc. We need to know exactly where they want to be in the future, and then obviously between the both of us we'll build a bridge to help them get across that journey. So when we meet somebody for the first time, I suppose, right, it's really impossible for us to say whether we can help them or not until we actually get answers to a number of questions. So in order to get around that, typically what we do is we do an initial consultation with people where we sit down, get very clear on where they're at as individuals, get very clear where their business is today, basically make sure that people are clear in their own minds where they want to take their business. And the one thing we can guarantee them is that if they know exactly where they are and they can describe with clarity where they want to be, then we can help them to get there. I suppose then basically from there, right, the first thing we do is always position everything in mindset. Denis talked about mindset. That's making sure that the business owner's mind is in the right place and that they're focused on the right thing. Once we've got the mindset in the right area, then we start at the level of providing them with knowledge and skill. These are the basics of the different attributes of business, be it marketing, be it selling, be it systems, be it people, be it finance. That's the knowledge and skill. That translates then into strategy and tactics, which the business owner can implement into their business in order to get movement. I mean, we've got to get movement. And the whole coaching piece then involves being there to provide the support with them as they walk along the way. So what we're really in the business of doing, right, is permanent change. When we get change in a business, what we want the business owner to do is to implement that change and keep that momentum running long after we've left the business. The final part, I suppose, right, is some business people will say to us, look, I don't want to get involved in the whole coaching area, and would you actually come into our business and do it for us? We certainly will do that. Obviously, we would say up front, it's much more expensive because it means a lot more of our time is in use. So that's typically what Denis and I do at Do Business Smarter. So if you or anybody you know would like to talk to us about taking their business from this level to this level, then we'd like to have that conversation with you. And after that conversation, we'll be very clear with you as to whether we're a fit for your business or not.